Hello, today we're going to talk about measuring the center of data. So remember that when we measure the center of data, we use the mean, median, and mode. So remember the mean is what we call the average. And when we find the average, we can add up our numbers. So we need to take the sum, and then you are going to divide it by the amount of numbers that you have. Next, we have the median. You need to remember that the median is the middle of an ordered data set. So that means that your numbers need to be in order either from least to greatest or from greatest to least. If there happen to be two numbers in the middle, then the median is the average of those two numbers. In other words, in order to determine what number is going to be your median, all you have to do is find the nth plus 1 divided by 2. And that is going to be the nth term. All right. Next, we have our mode, and that is the value or the modal class with the highest frequency. So whichever number shows up the most, that is going to be our mode. So let's look at an example. Example 1. The list shows the number of review sessions attended by each student of a math class before a mock exam. We need to use this data to find the mean, median, and mode, as well as answer the question in part B. So for the mean, like we said, we add up all of our numbers and we divide it by the number set. So if we add up our numbers, we're going to have 2 plus 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 8 plus 9 plus 2 plus 3 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 3 plus 5 plus 8 plus 9 plus 4 plus 6 plus 7 plus 3 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 5 plus 6. So we have a total of 139. So my mean, which we also denote as X bar, that is going to be equal to 139 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's going to be divided by 24 numbers. So that's going to be 139 divided by 24, which is equal to, or approximately in 3 sig fig, 5.79. So that is our mean. Next, we have our median. Our median is the middle term. So in order to find the median, we have to understand that, remember, the median is going to be the n plus 1 divided by 2. That's going to be the term. So if I want to figure out what term I have 24 terms. So I'm going to have 24 plus 1 divided by 2, which means that I'm going to have 25 divided by 2, which is 12 and a half. So the 12 and a half term, which means that I'm technically in between the 12th and the 13th term. So if I were to organize this data in order, I would have 2 written twice. I would have 3 written once, twice, 3 times. Then 4 will be written once, twice. 5 will be written 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 6 is going to be written 1, 2, 3 times. 7 will be written 3 times. 8 will be written 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And then 9, finally, will be written 1, 2, 3 times. And we should add up the total amount of numbers. We should get 24 if we wrote them out correctly. So if I count it over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So yes, we have our 24 terms. So it said that our median was going to occur at the 12.5th term. So that means I'm halfway in between 12 and 13. So if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I'm going to be between here. And I know that when you have two numbers, you add them up and divide them by 2. So I know my median is going to equal 6 plus 6 divided by 2, which is equal to 6. And then last but not least, we want to find our mode, which is the number that occurs the most. So the number that occurs the most is going to be 5 and 8 because they both show up 4 times. So you can have more than one mode. So part B, it says another student reported that they had been to 8 review sessions. How does this affect the measures of the center? So what we could easily do here, if we want to figure out how it affects the measures of the center, and I'm going to copy this part down here, is that they said another student had reported that they had went to 8 review sessions. So that means that I'm going to have another 8 added in. So because I have that other 8 added in, I can then go back and check my mean. So if I go back and I check my mean, if I know that the previous sum was 139, I'm going to have 139 plus 8 now. That's going to bring it up to 147. And if I divide 147 by 25, because it's 25 numbers now, I will end up getting 5.88. So as you can see here, the mean increased. So here I can say the mean increased to 5.88. So now if I want to find the median, remember the median is going to be the number of terms plus 1 divided by 2. That's going to tell you the number that you need to locate. So for the median, if I have 25 numbers now, if I do 25 plus 1, that's 26, and 26 divided by 2 is 13. So that means I need the 13th number. So my 13th number here is going to end up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So as you can see, my median stayed the same. Next, we have our mode. Our mode is the value with the highest frequency or that's seen the most times. Now my mode has changed. My mode is now 8 because I see it 5 times. Right? So now let's look at example 2. It says, if 13 men have a mean height of 6.27 feet tall, and we want to find their total height. So remember, we understand what mean is. Remember, mean is equal to your sum divided by how many numbers you have. So if my mean is 6.27 feet tall, I know that I'm going to have 6.27 is equal to my sum divided by the 13 men. So in order for me to find my total height, they're basically telling me to find the sum. All I have to do is multiply both sides by 13. So here I know that my sum is going to be 81.51. That is my sum here. That is the total height of all of them. So that is my answer there. So before we move on to the next part, I want to show you all how to use the calculator. So let's go back to example 1. So the way that you can use the graphing calculator to find out your mean, median, and your mode, or any other statistics that you want to find, is that you're going to press stat, and you're going to press edit, and you are going to put all of your numbers in to L1. So I have 2, 5, 5, 4, 8, 9, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 3, 5, 8, 9, 4, 6, 7, 3, 7, 8, 9, 5, and 6. Okay, so because I have these numbers here, when I enter them in, I'm going to press stat, and then I'm going to go over to count and press number one variable statistics. And I am basically going to tell the calculator that I need you to look at the numbers in L1 and I need you to find my statistics. Now you do see the words frequency list there. We are not dealing with frequency tables, so there's no need to have anything there, so that should be blank here. Once we do that, we're going to go down to calculate, and then we can see that we end up having that our mean is at the top, which is 5.79. So that checks off. We see when we scroll down that our median is equal to 6, and that also checks off. The calculator is not going to give you the mode because you should be able to look at it. So now let's look at choosing the appropriate measure. So whenever you are determining which measure of center is most appropriate for a given set of data, you must pay attention to the following properties. Anytime we use the mean, we have to understand that the mean is the most commonly used measure of center, and it focuses on all of the values, okay? And it is affected by outliers, meaning numbers that are very, very big or very, very small will affect the mean the most. If you have a number that's really, really big, it's going to bring your average up. If you have a number that's really, really small compared to the rest of the data, it's going to bring your average down, okay? So I like to tell students to think about grades when you think about mean, all right? Median, it gives the middle of the data, okay? It gives the middle, or you could say technically the midpoint of the data. And it's going to focus on the middle values, okay? And as you can see, median is not going to be affected by the outliers, because remember, when you find the median by hand, you organize your numbers in order and you cross numbers off from the ends until you get to the number in the middle. So a number that's really, really big or really, really small will not affect it, okay? Or not affect it that much, okay? So now remember, when we talk about the mode, it says it gives the most common value, and it's focused only on the common values, and mode is not affected by outliers at all. Okay, so depending on what you have, depending on what kind of data set you have, that's going to determine the measure of center that you are going to use, depending upon these properties. All right, so if you have any questions, please let me know, and I will be more than happy to assist you. Have a great day.